Hi, everyone. Okay, today we're gonna have fun. We're gonna have fun laughing at me. Alright? um, because I finally decided to put some embarrassing moments out there, and this is probably gonna be pretty popular with um, my natural crowd, which is my rock and rollers, my musicians. So let's just hit the ground running. Okay, this is about the day that I met um, the band Tesla. Now, keep in mind, anyone who knows me knows I'm a rock chick straight through and through. That's my music. Um, I was never a heavy metal fan when I was younger. Yeah, I listened to it occasionally, but it wasn't my go-to thing. Now, I also get the phrase that I remind people of the '80s, and that's true. I'm stuck in the '80s. There's no doubt about it, and I really don't care what anybody else thinks. That's my era. That's my thing. Some of the best music was created in the '80s as far as rock, goes. Except I love me some Elvis and Buddy Holly, and I can La Bamba, sweetheart. So I like myself some good old fashioned music too. But the '80s rock and roll scene was my thing, and I'll never outgrow it. It's just a part of me. It ends up I resemble the '80s yet, and I don't even care. You know, doesn't bother me in the least. I'll own it with pride. Though I try not to be prideful. Don't be prideful, okay? but um, so anyway, getting back to the day I met Tesla, I happened to be just recently got engaged to my second husband, and we went to a summer festival that was happening in our town. And Poison it was the year right before Bret Michaels did the Rock of Love thing, whatever. I think it was on VH1. Then anyway, so he was performing, with Poison. That's why we went. There was an opening band, and I, listened to them and stuff, but I didn't really know them. Now, my heavy metal, anyone who knows me now knows I'm super into heavy metal. Okay. That took off about 5 years ago. So I really wasn't a huge fan of it, but now I'm just like knee deep in it. But I do I'm eclectic. Some days I like country, some days I like soft rock, sometimes I like alternative music. Then there's my heavy metal days, then there's classical. Some days I just want to sit down and clear my soul and listen to some classical music, and I do. So I've been involved in the music industry for, almost all my life, basically, when you really look at it in some way, shape, or form. And my good old fashioned Facebook friends are going to remember me as kind of a music promoter. So, and I'm getting back into that. I'm hoping next week or the week after, I am going to start doing my musician interviews for what I really like to promote is up and coming bands. I like to listen to their music if it really hits me, and I think that this is something the rest of the world needs to see. I will go back them 1,000,000%. I'm also a writer from my past. I have a literary background. Wrote a couple novels that I'll never publish. You'll never read them, but I did write for a while. So I used to write reviews. I'll go out, I'll write reviews, I'll push their music, and I really think that there's a good lyrical message and a good sound. Absolutely, I'm 100% behind you, and I'll do everything I can for nothing, because I know how important music has been to me in my life and getting me through some really tough times. That I always had that go to. It was before I found the Bible, granted, but music still is and always will be one of my go tos. It fills my soul with something that is beautiful. And you'll find if you read the Bible, God does promote a lot of music. Music is a beautiful thing in the Bible. So it's just what message you're trying to get across is really important to me. So I am a lyrical person, not just the sound. So, but I also like true talent. Some of these guitarists and drummers, man, you got true talent. I want people to know who you are. Okay, so keep that in mind. And if you are a musician, by all means, reach out to me, contact me. I'd love to listen to your music and try to help you out in some way, shape, or form if I think there's, something that people need to hear. Now, Okay, derailed again a little bit there, but I definitely wanted you, my musician friends to know um, that most of them know me in the heavy metal world right now, but I wasn't always that way. That was the last 5 years. And when we went to this concert, this was, kind of a heavier band, and I really didn't know them, but I liked them. They were good. I enjoyed the concert. But I was right down, by the stage because, of course, it was the opening act, so there wasn't as many people. Then when Poison came, everybody came swarming in. I'm not somebody who likes crowds. I don't like a lot of attention. I get a lot of attention. Why? Because I look like I'm from the 80s, so everywhere I go, yeah, I get attention whether I want it or not. It's going to happen, so I've just gotten used to it. But, I pulled myself away from the mainstream, and they were down like in a valley, and there was this hill towards the top. So, I got a drink, I went and I sat at the edge of the fence. So I was like, you know, I could see the side of the stage basically, but it really, all I wanted was to hear the music. I knew Poison from back in the day. I knew Bret Michaels. None of that mattered to me. So I just kind of sat along the fence line and listened in and watched a little bit. But while I was standing there, this group of guys comes up to me, and I could tell they're all rocked out. And if you've ever actually seen me go to a venue or promote something, um, I am like rock gear, leather and lace, head to toe. Um, yeah, I'm the typical rocker chick. Okay. And I like it. It's truly what I feel most comfortable in is, my rock skin, as I call it. So anyway, I'm decked out much more than most of the other people. I mean, generally when I go places, people think I am a performer. It's very common for that to happen where people think I'm part of a band or something, and I'm not anymore. But that's typical. And I think I'm thinking at first that's what these guys are thinking when they come up to me. They're on the other side of the fence, the backstage area, and they come up and they start talking to me. We're having a great conversation. I don't know who they are at all. And finally, my fiance comes up to me and I introduce them. And I'm just going to use a name that starts with a T of a band that I know only because I can't remember what I actually said at the time. This was about 10 years ago when this happened. And anyway, so they came up to me, or my fiance comes up to me, and I says, "Oh, hey." And at this point, they hadn't told me they were in a band, and they were that band before. And I thought, "Oh, you're really good. That's what drew our conversation." So I introduced them. I said, "Hey, this is," we'll just say they're Train. Okay, that was the name I said. We'll just say, "Hey, this is Train." And they, the main guy looks at me and he goes, "Tesla. We're Tesla." Oh, that's right. I go, it's Tesla. Had never heard of them before. I'm sorry. I didn't know who they were. And so then we continue to talk, and I'm just talking to them like they're just regular Joes. Nothing big, not really even all about music or anything, just regular people having a conversation. And so then all of a sudden, some more of my friends come over, and again, I introduce them as the wrong band's name. And at this point, all three of them go, "Tesla. We're Tesla." I'm like, "Okay. I'm sorry, guys. Got it this time." I said, "I'm bad with names. Sorry, but I got it." Bad with names is an understatement for this. Okay. Well, little do I know how popular they actually are. And I'm again still treating them like they're normal people. And even if it was Bret Michaels standing in front of me, I'd have treated him like a normal human being. Anyone that knows me knows I'm not what you call a fan of anything. Okay. I respect and I appreciate things and talents and people, and it's not even talents. I know these musicians practice over and over and over till their fingers bleed, till, you have to appreciate what they do because of the fact of how hard they work. This isn't just so they picked up a guitar and they were just this natural, skillful person and started writing songs overnight, and then 2 days of learning to play the guitar, they became famous. I mean, these people work hard. These musicians don't get some of the credit that they deserve because you know how much practice went behind some of this? It's crazy insane. So I respect them, but I'm not a fan. I don't believe in fame. Um, it's not my thing. Again, anyone knows fame, power, money, not my game. Out of it, not gonna play it. If if I had any of those things, I would downplay it, because it's not my end goal. It's not what I'm trying to accomplish in life. And so it would be downplayed extremely if I had any of it. I'd be like the hoarder millionaire who never spends her money. Okay, and that would be me. But anyway, back to the story. Enough about me. I talk about me a lot, and I really got to stop that. But you get to know me, and I want people to know me. I'm just a regular, normal person, just like you. But anyway, I'd like to get to know you. Join the comments, subscribe, so I can know you. Okay. Anyway, back to the story. So by this time, a crowd of people is starting to gather, and I'm thinking this is kind of weird because I don't even know these guys. Why is everybody coming over here? And so this next group of people that come over, I introduce them again by the wrong name. Okay. And they basically sang their name by like screaming it, singing it. And they said, "We're Tesla," and I'm just like, I'm so sorry, guys. I'm sorry. You know, Shortly after that, I kind of disbanded and walked away because I was very embarrassed because I'm like, oh, I don't, it didn't even matter that they had some fame behind them. I was just like, that was so embarrassing. How could I not remember their name? They're such nice guys, and here I am, giving some other band's name out there. I felt so bad. I really did. I really took it to heart. I felt bad. So I kind of had walked away, and they were talking to the rest of the fan club that kind of had come over, I guess. And then, people dispersed a little bit. And as they dispersed, then I came back in because I wanted to apologize, and I did apologize to them. And sincerely. And then they were like, okay, yeah. So then we got back to like the rock stuff. And long story short, yeah, I did have them sign my boobs. I mean, my past, I was a hardcore rocker chick. Oh yeah, I've had my butt signed. I've had my boobs signed. Yeah, I'm in short skirts. Showing everything was not uncommon, and I've been very blessed that God has endowed me with a nice body to the point where everything is in the right place and a nice size that, yeah, I took advantage of that during my rock years. And I don't know, wouldn't do it now, okay? But yeah, I did, and I think maybe they were happy with that apology. I don't know. But anyway, that's the day that I actually met Tesla. And the one thing I can tell you about these gentlemen, and I will call them gentlemen, because they really were. It was like I had gone into a cafe and just sat at a table with a group of people, and they were just normal people. And that draws a lot of admiration. And needless to say, right now, I am a huge listener of their music. I do love their music. I recommend anyone to go listen to Tesla. And they're terrific, terrific guys. If you ever get the chance to meet them, just respect them. Give them some respect. Don't treat them like they're pieces of meat and famous and, oh, you want to date them or be their boyfriend or anything. Just, they're regular people like you and me, and they couldn't have been kinder and nicer to me, even though I couldn't even remember their name. So, that's my one of my pre-Jesus stories. Okay, which I will share a few of them with you. Um, I'm not afraid to talk about anything. There's probably going to be some videos where, yeah, I get maybe it's graphic, and I'll put a warning out. It's going to be a graphic video, but I wouldn't say I'm ashamed. I mean, there is a point of shame in my past, but there's also a point of, had God not allowed me to experience all those things, I wouldn't be able to reflect on them now and have a better mindset about how I conduct myself in the world. So I look at it as maybe it had to happen for a reason. And it's okay. It's okay. Nothing bad happened. Okay, so it's good. No, I didn't do anything intimate and personal with band. Not that time. Anyway, so another story for a different day. Of course, I end everything on a Bible verse. And for those of you who like my long videos, I'm sorry, this one is going to be short. For those of you who like short videos, congratulations, we finally made it to a super short one. But this is the kind of stuff I like to talk about. So, awesome to us. From the Bible, though, I picked Psalm 95, verse 1. And the Psalms, just so you know, are mostly music lyrics. So the psalm was very fitting. It says, "Come, let us sing for joy to the Lord. Let us shout aloud to the rock of our salvation." Of course, I had the word rock. Now, rock in there is God, okay? But the rock of our salvation, God, Jesus Christ. But it was very fitting for a rock themed video, so to speak. And there's going to be a lot more. I do want to encourage you, if you're a musician, share your music with me. Reach out. I'm just starting to get back into the music promotion business as well. I do everything for free. That's my hobby. Okay, music promoting and helping people is my hobby. So if I really think you're good, I'm going to back you up. I'm starting a section of this channel that is going to be just straight music and musicians. And usually I go for the newer musicians who are new to the market, or if you're just up and coming, just kind of getting your feet wet and you're building a crowd. That's what I gear towards. I stay away from the mainstream people who are already established. They don't really seem to need my help. They've got enough people. So I want to help the underdogs get their sound out there, because there's so much beautiful music and great creativity, and there is talent in that creativity, and I know how hard you work. So let me help you if I can. All right. Later, guys.